Hey there, viewers. We're all just a bunch of footy fans having some footy fun here on FootyFin. How are we all? Going to jump into my tips for round 6 Wednesday night means tips. Now, just bear with me for a moment here. But Thursday night, tomorrow night, the Storm host the Roosters. Now, this should be a tight one, I have to say. The Storm had a gritty win over the Bunnies last week, and the Roosters beat the Eels. Look, the difference for me is the Roosters are without their star fullback and captain and talisman, James Tedesco. He's replaced by Joey Manu, who doesn't have a huge amount of game time this year, and of course he's a loss of a captain. That plus the fact that it's Melbourne, that's enough for me to tip the Storm on this one. Going to be a close game. All right, Friday, early evening, the Bulldogs be the Rabbitohs. Look, Bulldogs did well, got out of jail Sunday night, beat the Cowboys in Golden Point in the end after a Josh Adokar try, almost on the buzzer. But I'm going with the Rabbitohs on this one. Friday night prime time, another Queensland derby. The Cowboys host the Dolphins up in Townsville. Of course, the Dolphins had a day to forget down at in Dragons country last week. Sad day for the Dolphins. That wave is no longer a wave of euphoria. But listen, hopefully they bounce back, breathe in a bit of air through that thing on the back of the head, and raise up the dorsal fins up and push on. But on this particular occasion, the Cowboys are welcoming back Scott Drinkwater and Reuben Cotter, two great players. Dolphins bringing in Edric Lee for the first time, I believe, this season. Missing Milford, they've got Nikorima and Katoa in the halves, and they're still not having back Kafusi as yet. Those personnel factors are enough for me to go with the Cowboys on this one. Okay, moving on. Where are we? Saturday afternoon, the Panthers v the Sea Eagles. Now, this might actually be a pretty decent contest, I dare say. But Penrith are the home team. They're missing James Fisher-Harris, which will hurt a little bit. But look, I'm going with the Panthers on this one. Panthers to beat Manly Sea Eagles. Moving right along, Saturday evening, the Broncos host the Raiders. Look, one does wonder how long this golden purple patch, not golden, purple, this maroon purple patch can go on for the Broncos, but I don't think it's going to be the Raiders at the moment to beat them. I could be proven wrong, going with the Broncos for that one. Sunday afternoon, the Titans host the Dragons. Of course, the Dragons are coming off a big win over the Dolphins at home. Titans coming off a bye. The real key for me is that the Titans are going to be without two key backs, AJ Brimson and Kieran Foran. That's a massive part of their spine. So I'm going with the Dolphins on that one. Where are we? Next up, Sunday evening. Of course, this weekend being Easter, we've even got a game on Monday, which is very exciting. 5 days of round 6, which is mouth-watering. Sunday evening, the Knights host the Warriors. Now, this one is going to be interesting and I think tight. Of course, the Knights played a classic arm wrestle draw against the Sea Eagles in Mudgee last weekend. And the Warriors are running hot, showing more consistency than last year. Came from 20-0 down in the rain at Cronulla to end up beating the Sharks by just a couple of points. Dramatic finish to the game with a couple of shots on goal. The Warriors were successful through Sean Johnson. Look, the Warriors are bringing back Tamari Martin at number 6. They've got a strong lineup. Dylan Watene-Zelezniak comes back, although he's the 18th man, so we may not see him. Knights are without Tyson Gamble, a key playmaker, and of course still don't have Kalen Ponga back. So on the basis of that, I'm going with the Warriors. Hopefully the Warriors remain more predictable than they did last year. Promising signs for that to occur, but we'll see. Probably a pretty close game in Steel City. And to round out the weekend, the long weekend on Monday, so we got football over 5 days, which is great. Monday afternoon, West Tigers v the Eels. What are the Tigers at the moment? Pretty damn toothless, I'm sad to say. So I'm going with the Eels on this one. Sean Lane coming back in for the Eels. Great player. I think, is this his first start for the year? Tigers welcoming back Brent Naden. But look, the toothless Tigers aren't going to break their losing run at this stage, not this weekend. Eels to win that one. Listen, I've gone on for 6 minutes. Thanks for listening. Need more subscribers. Enjoy your footy. Can't wait for it all to kick off. I'll see you under the crossbar.